Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Takt Op Destiny. So, in the last episode, we were just about to be revealed what the Symphonica actually stands for, what is their grand plan behind everything, are they truly the good guys, or do they have some other ulterior motives? Maybe it'll give us some more insight into Sagan as well, and whatever the hell that he wants to do, right? And obviously, Takt and Destiny have made their choice. Even if it's going to kill them, they are going to be fighting against the D2s and potentially against the Symphonica as well, right? That remains to be seen. In any case, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Lenny. Alright. With a name like that, with an episode title like that, it would seem that Lenny is about to die. This is Mahler. Mahler's fifth, I believe. Why would Mahler's fifth be something to do with romance? Alright. Don't quite know right now. So anyways, the episode title just had Lenny, right? Whereas the kanji... Oh, I guess it did have like an English translation there. Although it translated as master and pupil, which isn't quite... actually, no. Yeah. I guess in Japanese it is that. It has a different meaning if you just look at the kanji itself. But indeed, it's more like a master and disciple, that kind of thing. So is it Lenny and... Is it talking about Lenny and Takt? Or is it talking about Lenny's former master or something of that sort? And again, when you have an episode title like that, especially for a non-essential character, right? Non-main character, it gets the warning bells ringing whether or not he's going to survive the episode. I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely a song where it's very fun to fake conduct, right? Or is it talking about Lenny and Titan? Oh, death flags are raising all over the place. I hate to say this, guys, but I seriously think Lenny is going to be dead by the end of this episode. Yeah. So it's actually Lenny and Takt, eh? Did it. Titan is just like a ball of positivity and energy. Or I mean, just the right amount, right? Okay, okay. Yeah, it makes too much sense, right? Passing on this information to Takt, you know, finishing. Say again? Yeah. This reminds me a lot of the scene in John Wick. You know, the ending scene of John Wick. Oh, there's heaven and hell. Yeah, so he is controlling the D2s. Rematch! Ooh, I want to see heaven. Oh! Hmm. Oh, this is Sensei as well. Yeah. Knew it. It was this kind of situation. Lenny is 100% going to die. Well, I guess maybe not 100, 99% going to die by the end of this episode. There's too many death flags here. Damn. Is there a deeper relationship between these two? Because they keep on playing Mahler in the background. Although I guess it could be a platonic love as well, right? I'm gonna mute the sound for now just in case. Classical music should be in public domain, but still. Right. Tuning fork. Why recruit Lenny specific? Oh, okay, they did do these tests. Okay. Titan is so cute. Aww. Titan is so goddamn cute. Yeah. Lenny is going to die with a smile on his face. I can tell this already right now. Oof. What? I kind of wish that she had fought continuing with the umbrella instead, actually. I mean, they're literally named Heaven and Hell. Cut it down. No. Oh, actually, it's not. Dun, 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 dun. What do I feel like I know this song? Sorry, not song. This piece. I think this is Mahler as well. Oh. What now? Oh.
ひなタクト君、君の奏でる音色、実に素晴らしい。その演奏にふさわしい喝采を。
Titan? Lenny? Yep.
レニー、お前。
ダメ、行かせないわ。
何をしてるんだレニー、やめてくれ。
How do they actually get out of this?
あの時誓ったの。よく聞いておきなさい。
He just orders them back? Why? What?
私の音楽を。行くわよ。
あれは。
いつ正体。
Ooh. Why is she that like removing a limiter of some sort?
そんな素敵なもの隠してたの。ですが、いつまで持ちますか。どこまででも。あなたのことではありません。
That's Lenny, right?
まだ演奏は終わってないわ。美しい。なんて美しいんだ。痛みと喜びが君を通して一つになっている。これこそ命の音色だよ。
What the actual hell?
ボストンの街に T2 を呼んだのはあなたね。ああ、あれこそが全ての始まりだった。
Yep.
僕を恨むかいレニー。いいえ、むしろ哀れに思ってるわ。あなた今まで一度も光を見たことがないでしょう。光とは。
Like trio finale. Oh. Wow, heaven actually saving hell?
実に見事だよレニー。存分に堪能させてもらった。君の最後の音色。朝比奈タクト君、君にはもっと素晴らしい音色を期待していますよ。
And just lets him go like that? Why? Wants him to be stronger or something? Aww. So heaven and hell actually are quite good friends. There we go.
約束したもんね。
タクト。ふざけるな。
You don't even have anything to apologize for, Lenny. You couldn't have done anything then. My father? Damn. Just like that. I'll see you guys after this. Oh man, guys. So, even when you can see a character's death coming from a mile away, but you still feel, emotionally upset by it, that's when you know that they've did a pretty good, emotional scene there, I gotta say. So, you could say it was a little cheesy and all that, but, actually, I think they handled it really, really admirably well. I really liked the last part there where, Lenny was walking up to his mentor, basically going into the light, joining him in the afterlife, if you will. I think that was a pretty nice touch. I was actually thinking, because of the previous scenes and the promise that Titan made with Lenny and whatnot, I thought the ending scene was going to be Titan eventually breaking down crying, having a sad face on her, and then Lenny smiling for her, right? So kind of like the end result of their promises. But instead, they actually went another route. They actually showed Titan basically smiling all the way up to the very end, and then having the other sort of scene there. So yeah, really well done, I have to say. Even though, as I mentioned, just from the episode title itself, it was quite obvious that this was coming. And including all the death flags that we've been seeing, like from the very very beginning, right? Seeing the light, that kind of euphorism, or Titan being like, I want to eat lots and lots more meals with you. Continue on, it's a promise. That kind of stuff, or basically just to and then recounting your life, right? Recounting what you've done up to this point. Those are all like huge death flags. So that's why I said, by the episode title, within the first, I don't know, like 30 seconds, 1 minute, it was quite obvious that this was going to be the end result for Lenny. But even still, I think they managed to pull it off in a pretty emotional manner, I gotta say. Like even if the end result there wasn't really quite all that logical, if that makes sense. But then again, we don't really know what Zagan's true motive is, right? Maybe he wants Asahina to live on, grow a little bit stronger, carry out, in bring out more of his potential, because certainly Sagan seems to be that kind of, judging from his reaction to Lenny's final moments and whatnot, I think he's actually one of those, I guess, psychos in a way that wants to that considers these kinds of acts of sacrifice, making the. Speaking of which, I kind of got reminded of, there is this sort of mythology, right, where it's like a singing bird or whatnot, and basically, in it's a myth, right? So basically there's a bird that spends its entire life searching for the perfect thorn, and then when it finds it, it pierces itself through the thorn, and sings out its most beautiful song right before it dies, something of that sort, right? So I do kind of have the feeling that Sagan is probably doing something similar to that, thinking that the ultimate sacrifices and death bring out the most potential, the most musical potential out of everybody, and that's why he's doing all these things that he's doing right now, right? So basically a lunatic, not for power, not for ego, not the same as Schindler or whatnot, but just a very, very twisted mind and a psychopath. At least that's my initial thinking, as we can see at this point, right? So. And this pretty much clears up all the questions in regards to Symphonica and whatnot. So they are actually fully doing this because they are completely insane, and trying to do things. Although, I guess we can't really say that. I mean, the head of it is certainly having some ulterior motives, right? Sagan is certainly having some ulterior motives. But people like Lenny join into the Symphonica because they truly believe that they're truly doing something in protecting humans against the D2s. So I do have this feeling that there's still a lot of rank and file people within the Symphonica, including a lot of conductors and whatnot, who are just doing their best to try and stop the D2s and protect people, right? So I can't really say that the Symphonica is all evil, just maybe it's some of its top personnel and whatnot. At least that's what I'm going for now, right? We gotta take it step by step, right? I'm still not entirely sure that we should write off the entirety of Symphonica as evil as of just yet, right? I'm sure there's actually a lot of people who are completely in the dark in regards to the entire situation. So yeah, so basically, the emotional scenes, the Symphonica, and obviously the fight scenes, right? It was nice to see Heaven in actual action. I was really hoping that we could have saw more of her and her moves instead. She keeps on giving off this presence that she's much stronger than Hell, actually. But judging from what we saw in this episode, it didn't seem entirely so, right? So I guess these two are quite evenly matched, and I was actually quite surprised at the very end there with Heaven pushing Hell away so that she could bear the full brunt of the blast. So, even though they are working for Sagan, we know already that the music arts have their own, their sort of own wills and feelings, right? So I do feel like that, in a sense, shows us that Heaven does actually care about Hell, and it's not just a simple, I'm using you, you're using me kind of situation here. Which, I don't know if that's going to play into the end of this in any sort of way. These two certainly seem to be music arts bound to Sagan himself, but hey, it could be a possibility that in the future, in a key moment, there is a moment of hesitation by them, right? By Heaven or whatnot, and that is what tips the scale into our protagonist's favor. Well, let's see what else. Constant usage of Mahler in this episode. I believe there's at least two pieces that were from Mahler. One I recognize is the fifth. That one, especially the movement that they played, had connotations more of love, actually. I've always kind of questioned Lenny's which way Lenny swings, but I don't think that's particularly relevant here. I do believe the love, if any, being portrayed here is really that of a fatherly kind of bond, or a mentor kind of bond here. After all, those are also displays of love as well, right? Not everything has to be in the romantic sense and relationship sense. So I guess it's maybe fitting. I can't quite remember if Mahler's Fifth was actually supposed to be had people dying in it or whatnot. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that's the classical piece knowledge of the day, I guess. What else to talk about here? Not too much else. Oh, I guess we should mention Takt's situation, and I'm quite curious, like, what can he do from now on, right? Is there anything he can do within the laboratory, right? The with Anna's sister, is there anything they can do to speed up their progress, or try to do something to at least allow Takt to use his powers and allow Destiny to use her powers for a bit longer or whatnot? Because it certainly seems that I'm not quite sure how they're trying to portray this. Is it a case where if you keep on using it more and more, I think they mentioned that, right? As you continue to use the abilities, the damage will spread further and further here. So it's not just a case of you wait a few days and then maybe it gets it lowers to an acceptable level and then you can use it again. So with that in mind, with Takt already reaching his limit, I'm quite curious, like, what exactly he can do to actually continue on, push through, and still use Destiny once again, right? I do wonder, maybe Titan has anything to do with this, now that Titan has lost her Maestro. I think it's quite obvious that Titan does want to carry on Lenny's fight, but in what kind of capacity, right? That is the question. So, some food for thought. But anyways, that's it for this episode. Again, even though I didn't really like bawl my eyes out in this episode, I do feel like it was quite touching and done really, really well, all things considered, especially since it gave off so many hints of the eventual conclusion, but still managed to draw some emotional reactions from people, at least for me, anyways. I did feel myself tearing up a bit there, and I did feel myself get a little bit affected by all of this. So, anyways, that's it for this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.